Numbers chapter 20. You remember that when God became angry, when God spoke Moses to speak to the rock, and Moses did not speak to the rock, but he actually, what he did? He hit the rock twice. Are you with me? How many of you understand what I'm saying? Why was God angry with Moses?
Because he hit the rock.
Hit the rock twice. But do you know there is something more to this? When people say that why did God was angry and why did Moses did not enter the promised land? Why did only Moses saw the glimpse of the promised land and did not enter the promised land? What was the main reason? What did God
Speak.
say?
To speak to the rock.
Okay. So we understand that he disobeyed. We understand that he uh like he strike the rock for twice, two times. He strike the rock.
Anger.
How many of you understand that there are layers of revelation? There is a surface layer.
Yes.
There is also a deep layer which is about to unfold. How many of you want to know the real reason why God did not allow him? So Moses took the staff from Lord's presence. I'm reading from Numbers chapter 20, verse number 9. Please write this down. This is very important and a key scripture.
Numbers.
Numbers chapter 20, verse number 9. I'm reading it. So Moses took the staff from the Lord's presence as he commanded him. He and Aaron gathered the assembly together in front of the rock. Where did he gather? Moses? He gathered the assembly in front of the rock. Okay. By this time, he has already heard the Lord. Somebody say he's already heard the Lord.
He has already heard the Lord.
What did the Lord say? Speak to that rock. Right? Right? But did the Israelites hear this? No.
No.
They did not hear. Only who heard? Moses.
Moses.
Moses knew what is about to happen. Okay. Now listen to me very carefully. This is what he says in verse number 10. He and Aaron gathered the assembly towards the front of the rock of Moses, and he said, listen, you rebels. Whom Moses is addressing now? To the
people.
Israelites. He said, listen, you rebels. Must we bring water out of this rock? Now, there is something about the question. What is the question? What did he say?
Must we bring water out of this rock?
Must we bring
water
out of this rock? Again, I'm reading it. I think you're not getting it. Must we bring water out of this rock? What is he trying to say? Come on, think, guys. I want you to think.
Yeah, so he was basically trying to say that he's the one who is going to bring the water and not God. He tried to replace God's authority, maybe.
Right. So now what is happening? There is a trick in the question. Now Moses here, what is he trying to say? Must we bring water out of this rock? That means who are we? What is he trying to say? We. We means Moses is comparing himself with God. Are you getting me? How many of you understand what I'm trying to say? Moses is trying to compare himself with God and say, how long we are going to bring water from this rock? So God is saying, we? Don't you remember that it was I who came down on the burning bush? And it was I who gave you the vision? Okay. The moment you start comparing yourself with God, God is a jealous God. You cannot compare. If you read Philippians chapter 2, verse number 6, even Jesus being in the image and the perfection of God, he did not consider himself equal to God. You understanding me? But he took the nature of the very servant and he came down of earth. He humbled himself even unto the cross. He was obedient unto death. So who is Moses who's comparing himself to God? And he's saying, how long we must bring the water out of this rock? Are you getting me? See, he strike the rock twice. That is called disobedience. God brings a way out if you disobey. Are you getting me?
Mm.
The entire history of Israel, they were disobeying God. When you disobey because of the sin, okay, God makes a way out for you to come back to Him. There are certain protocols which God does not want you to touch, okay, and this was the protocol. He violated the protocol of His glory. He will not share His glory. Are you getting me now? That was the surface level that God, and this is the main reason why God did not allow Moses to enter the promised land.